Alright, this is 8-Bit Chick. Just a disclaimer before I start. I do work for Blizzard Entertainment, but my opinions are 100% mine, so if I say something fucked up, it has nothing to do with my company, has nothing to do with their opinion, and it's just my personal opinion. I'm recording this video so that I can show off the new characters that are in Mortal Kombat 10. The new expansion just came out. It's pretty cheap. I haven't picked it up yet, but the great marketing of Mortal Kombat is the fact that you can preview the characters in this living tower. So you get to try like not only all 4 characters, but you get to try all 3 specs for each one of them. I'm really pumped up. I actually want to buy this mainly because Smoke and Cyrax and Sector were one of my favorite characters of all time from all the Mortal Kombats that I played growing up. They came out in 3, but especially Smoke in Mortal Kombat 9 was just amazing, and I was sad when he wasn't in this version. But they came out with Triborg, which allows you to spend, depending on which spec you're in, you get to be one of those 3 characters, which is just amazing. Then they have Leatherface, and they also have the Xenomorph from the Alien series. I believe they just call him Alien most of the time in the game. And then Bo Chu, I think his name is. I think he was from the earlier Mortal Kombat, like I don't know, between the 6, 7, and 8, which I didn't play because I wasn't really a fan of those. The whole 3D transition kind of lost me. But then when 9 came out, it was just so amazing that it got me back into it. But this tower is up for 5 more days. You get to try all the characters for free. I just went through it, and it inspired me to put up this video just because of how awesome it is. And I hope, honestly, I hope it does well. So, they come out with more characters. Not a fan when, companies nickel and dime you, but I think they did a fabulous job with this because each content that comes out has like costumes. It has new characters that are not just like rehashed. They actually put some thought into them. And then there's a new stage and I believe some other extra goodies. And I think it's like $19.99 or it's $24.99. I'll be picking it up soon though. Not in the next couple days, but within the next 2 weeks at least, because I mean this is awesome. So here we go. So out of the 4, this is the one character that I probably didn't like the most, but he seems pretty powerful. I like some of his combos, but I like the whole idea of drunken fighting as well. Like everybody knows, Legend of the Drunken Master was amazing, but other people that I talked to doesn't know about. There's a movie from Thailand that's kind of like Drunken Master, except for it's mixed with like hip hop. And it's called Rising Phoenix. It's about girls who get kidnapped, and because they're so sad that they're away from their loves, they cry, and the bad guys use their tears as a perfume that I think mind controls people. So the movie is about people who are trying to get their girlfriends back, and they're using a girl as bait, and they use a hip hop drunken dance style to fight. It's pretty badass. Alright, so a couple things I'm going to show off, if I can land them, are the fatalities and the new x-rays for these new characters as well. Nice. So you don't get to choose which spec you're in when you pick the tower, because it's just giving you a preview. So the first one's Dragon Breath by Bo Cho. Oop. And then let's do this one. Seems easier.
Boraicho wins. Fatality.
So then, yeah, the next opponent, you get to use his other spec, and then the third one, and then it'll switch to the one of the other four characters. And I really love this game. I thought it was great. I spent a lot of time on it. Not as much as I played Mortal Kombat 9, but it's still great. Graphics are amazing. The fighting is great. My only complaint is the women in this game look terrible for some reason. Like, they just don't seem proportionate. Like, their heads seem all weird, their facial expressions. I don't know. I feel like maybe they spent like a lot of time trying to make their bodies look good, and then just kind of ignored the face, which is kind of a shame. But, I mean, so much action going on, you really can't tell anyway.
So much blood.
That is the one thing I had a hard time getting used to in Mortal Kombat 10 is the fact that each character has 3 different stances, or I'm gonna call them specs just because like I said earlier, for Blizzard, I'm used to specs.
Round 2. Fight.
It's harder to get used to because then you have to remember like the different kind of combinations and moves for each one. Obviously, the more time you spend with a character, the easier it is. But when you're swapping around, what the hell? I don't know why I puked there. Harder to remember them. See, and that's probably another reason why I'm not a huge fan of Boraicho. The whole puking and farting's just kind of... Maybe I'm getting too old. Oop. And the cool thing is, despite not having the expansion, I was able to get one of the achievements in it, where if you perform a fatality, like if you jump over the character a total of 5 times before the timer runs out and perform the fatality, it unlocked like a 25-point achievement, which was pretty awesome. Back on the 360, shit like that would have kind of sucked though, because like for the tracking websites, if you care about achievements, which I do, say you're at like 100%, but then you unlock anything from the expansion, then you automatically drop that percentage down for your completion. Not really a big deal, but for a lot of completionists, that's kind of annoying. So like in this case, since I don't own it, it would put me at X percentage, and if I wanted to get 100%, it would be forced to use the expansion or buy the expansion. But I mean, honestly, I don't really think that matters too much anymore, at least from my personal opinion. And I don't think the Xbox One performs that way now. I think it still separates it. I could be wrong. I mean, I haven't really played my 360 or my Xbox One in a long time. The only reason I'm doing this is because I have some time to actually play games, because I haven't had time in weeks outside of my own company's game, and trying to take advantage and playing as much as possible. And then, man, I just really wanted to show off these characters. I just thought it was such a great job.
Round 2. Fight.
Not entirely sure what that style called Baritsu? I guess it has something to do with a cane, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really up to date on my lore. Or with fighting styles. If that's a weapon. I feel really dumb if that's what that's a different language and it just means stick. Come on, Dora. Man, she's like one of the cheesiest characters. But I have to say, she is one of my favorites. Not necessarily to play, but as a character. Wow, that was a happy accident.
Borracho
I just assumed it was gonna do the same fatality that I've already showed since I didn't unlock the other ones, but I happen to get a brutality with him. It's funny. If you're not familiar with the brutalities, it's the way you usually unlock him is like you'll take one of the opponents, you have to do a certain meet like a certain criteria during the fight. Perfect example is the big ass dude. Wow, I don't even know his name. But anyway, like you run with him 4 times in a round. Then if you finish the fight with the running move, it procs it so that you can actually run through the guy and cause them to explode. But if you do that without running 4 times, nothing will happen. It'll just finish the fight and then you can do a fatality. Pretty neat. So this is Leatherface. This is one of the reasons I did the video, just because I'm not really a huge fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, or even Leatherface because he's creepy, but holy shit, he's awesome in this game. It's very brutal. Like, his x-ray is disgusting. His fatality is brutal as fuck. I feel like, here we go. I mean, this is terrifying right here. Just the crunch that it makes as it hits his skull, and then he finishes by stepping on him even further. Oh. And then just look at him, he's a goddamn psychopath. Damn, Daniel, look at that chainsaw. Like, what? When I pick this up, I'm definitely going to be playing Leatherface a lot. He's just brutal. Does so much damage. And he's not sluggish or slow at all. Even though it looks like he is, because I'm getting my ass kicked. And I'm pretty repetitive with him so far, but I didn't check out his moves. I feel like I'm missing something. There's probably something else that I can do besides hitting him in the face with a chainsaw. Or just kick him in the nuts real quick. Alright, so this is the one I really liked. Back forward, down forward. Like what? Even with the tongue right there? Oh. Man,
Leatherface
really feels like you're in a horror movie right there, like, or at least, it doesn't feel like it's Mortal Kombat. It gets real dark. Which I never thought I would say that with Mortal Kombat, something that would a little bit more dark. Liu Kang. Sad. I'm glad he's back, but I think I've played him the least out of every character that I have. It's just weird seeing your favorite character is like older now, and you know, even though he has great hair and he's not like a real person, it's just he still feels old. It's just weird to me. Even Mortal Kombat 1, the movie, like the guy that played Liu Kang, that's how I picture him always. Even though the movie came out like, you know, what did it come out like when Mortal Kombat 3 was out, or at least close to it. Still in my mind is from my childhood is that actor being Liu Kang. Saw that in the theater, so excited. I had moved from California to Texas when I was a kid, and my dad had bought a trailer. Not a trailer, but like one of those, it's almost like one of those, oh man, the word's escaping me. I want to say wagon, but that's not right. It's like a Winnebago or whatever, you know, where you're supposed to drive it across